Today I'm going to read the story of David and Goliath. You can see there's a picture of David on the front. He's a shepherd. When Saul was king of Israel, he was the first king of Israel, there was a group of people called the Philistines. They were Israel's greatest enemy. The Israelites were camped on one hill and the Philistine army was camped on another, and in between them was a very deep valley. One morning, the Israelites saw a man step forward from the Philistine army, a man so huge it looked like he was a giant, and his name was Goliath. The bronze helmet on Goliath's head shone like a jewel in the sunlight. His body was covered in gleaming armor, and when he spoke, Goliath's voice was like the roar of a rushing river. "I am the champion of the Philistines," he cried out to the Israelites. "Choose one man to fight for Israel. Send him to fight against me." He's a big guy. The Israelites were afraid. King Saul asked, "Who will fight Goliath?" But no one answered. For 40 days and 40 nights, Goliath came out and challenged the Israelites every day. And every day for 40 days, no Israelite dared to fight him. At this time, a young boy named David, from the cover, watched his father's sheep. One day, David's father said, "3 of your brothers are in the army of King Saul. Please take some food and carry it to your brothers." Early the next morning, David did as his father asked. As David came to the camp of the Israelites, the giant Goliath came out to challenge them once again. Goliath roared, "Who will fight against me?" And David saw that all of the king's soldiers were afraid. David asked his brothers, "Why are you frightened? This man is just a man like any other." When King Saul heard the words that David spoke, Saul looked at David and said, "Your words are brave, but you're just a boy." David said, "I've guarded my father's sheep for many years. If a lion came or a bear came, I fought against them and kept it from stealing the sheep. And I will fight against this Philistine giant too. God will help me win against the enemy of Israel." Wow, he is brave. Then Saul said to David, "I will let you wear my armor." So they placed Saul's helmet on David's head and Saul's armor on David's body. But it was so heavy that David couldn't walk wearing all of that. So he took off the helmet and he took off the armor. And with only his shepherd's stick and his slingshot, he began walking toward Goliath. As David passed the dry riverbed at the bottom of the valley, he picked up 5 smooth stones and put them in his bag. As Goliath came closer, he saw that David was just a boy, and he laughed. The sound of his laughter shook the hills. "Ho, ho, ho! Do you think I'm a dog," he called out to David, "that you can come fight me with a stick?" As Goliath came closer still, David reached into the bag, took out a stone, put it in his slingshot, and sent it flying straight at Goliath. Goliath fell to the ground. David had defeated him. When the Philistines saw that Goliath was defeated, they ran. And the soldiers of Israel cheered. And that is how God protected the army of Israel and gave them a new hero, the boy David, who would soon become the next king of Israel. And this story shows us that you don't have to be big and strong to be brave and to have talent and skills. You can have other strengths. David was smart, and David had a strong belief in God, and those things helped him to be successful, and he was a really great king. Thanks for listening.